Hey up me ducks, Chelsea here today at Studio Simly, and we're doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to do a speed build of my dream apartment. Some of you will remember I have done this before, but the sound was corrupted on the file, so I thought I'd redo it in a different apartment because that one annoyed me because it was a needs DLC lot and you can't change that. So I've built it in a different apartment in the same block as last time. But it is a little bit different. This time it is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and then like an open plan living space. That's all I'm going to say on the build. You can watch it, but the rest of this is going to be my Twitter Q&A. I did try to film this like a normal person in front of a camera, so you'd get a face cam video, but apparently I can't not be awkward in front of the camera. It is just who I am as a person. So instead we're going to do the Q&A like this. So the first question, I got these questions over on Twitter by the way, in case you were wondering. It comes from Hayley and Annie, and they ask, what is your favourite Sims expansion pack? For me, my favourite expansion pack is San Myshuno. I love the addition of apartments. I live in an apartment in real life, so I guess I just relate to them more, and it's my favourite world to play in, so yeah, city living, hands down. The next questions come from Debbie Marie. She asks, first of all, what motivated me to start my channel? What motivated me to start my channel was wanting to learn a new skill, and I thought if I'd got YouTube uploads to sort of keep me motivated, it kept me doing videos and learning how to do that. Whereas I didn't think that if I was not uploading them to YouTube that I'd keep up the practicing, because what would be the point? So that's why I started my channel. And her second question is, what is the best advice I've ever been given? And that comes from my parents. My parents always told me when I was younger not to compare myself to other people, and although I didn't feel like I paid that much attention to that when I was younger, like, I think that's really important as an adult. Like, you do you, like, what other people are doing really shouldn't affect you. Just try and achieve your goals and mind your own business. So yeah, that's probably the best advice I've ever been given. The next questions, because we've got two again here, come from Hayley Burns. She asks, who is my favourite character in each of the Sims games? So in Sims 1 it is Bonehilda, hashtag justice for Bonehilda. I'm assuming you've seen all the Bonehilda stuff on Twitter at the moment, because there's like that Bonehilda fan account started, but honestly I'd love to see her back in the game. In Sims 2 it is Nervous Subject. It's got a really sad backstory. A lot of the Sims in Sims 2 had proper lore, and I absolutely loved that. So yeah, if you don't know about Nervous Subject's backstory, I suggest you look it up. Sims 3, probably Agnes Crumplebottom, although I did love her in Sims 1 as well, but you find out a bit more about her backstory in Sims 3, and again, like, whore for lore. So and in the Sims 4, honestly all the Sims are the same. Like, how can I possibly decide? I'll go for Johnny Zest because I like the idea that he got away from his Tory parents, but even that's not played out properly through lore, which is disappointing. And then she also asks, who in the entire Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts universe would you want as a teacher, and for what subject? Professor Lupin, Dark Arts, hands down. Lupin and Sirius were my favourite characters in the whole series, so seeing as Sirius isn't a teacher, we will go Lupin. I think having a werewolf as a teacher would be pretty cool. Again, another person that's asked two questions. So Julia Builds over on Twitter, she asks, how do I come up with ideas for my builds? A number of different ways really. Sometimes I just look at Pinterest, like something in the vein of what I'm envisioning in my head. sometimes I'm just sort of trying to blend it into the world around it, so the build kind of takes shape from there. And then other times I'm just trying to recreate something or doing a challenge, so you know, that doesn't require me to come up with ideas, the challenges are already set. And generally speaking, she asks, who is my biggest inspiration in life? That's got to be Moz. She's my mum's wife, and she's just one of my favourite people. Like, she's brought me up. Like, obviously my mum has as well, and like, she's a massive inspiration, but Moz, she's my biggest inspiration in life. She seems to hold everybody together wondrously, and I feel like that woman does not get enough credit. And then the last serious question comes from Simstress over on Twitter, and she asks, if I could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? And hands down, Barcelona. It is my favourite place in the world that I've been. It's a huge city right on the coast, and it's got absolutely everything. If you've not been, I'd definitely recommend it. Yeah, so that is the end of the serious questions, but I am going to finish it off with the one weird question I got, just because if I had to hear it, you should too. And the weird question comes from a user by the name of Jekyll, and he asks, how do you feel about the Sims fan theories that all of the Sims are souls of children who failed to be baptised? I think that's bullshit. But, you know, let me know what you think of that ridiculously morbid theory. And thank you to everybody that sent questions in, I really appreciate it. And I kind of enjoyed answering them, although it was a bit weird. Like, yeah, I'm not like a celebrity or anything. Like, nobody's ever asked me a series of questions like that, other than like conversationally, like as you getting to know people. Like, it's weird to sit here in my living room talking, answering random questions, interview style, that people ask me on Twitter. But still, it was kind of fun. It's something I've not done before, and I did enjoy it. We're coming to the end of the speed build now. I'm just sort of doing finishing touches. This was the point where I remembered that I have a cat, and cat things will need to go into the apartment. The bedroom is huge, but I didn't want two tiny bedrooms, so the bedroom is huge. But it's got everything that I'd need. Like, I've tried to make it quite colourful, at least in the bedroom, and I properly love that sort of mermaidy rug and matching bed set. There is curtains that goes with it as well, but I couldn't make them work on the windows that we've got, so. The screenshots will be coming up in a minute, so if you did enjoy that video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to listen to me ramble on over speed builds again in the future. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's